Well, Maureen says these two get their comeuppance. It's exquisite. Turns out the royals know a bit about mental health and manipulators themselves, because they've deployed the only tactic that works, the grey rock. It's like dealing with toddlers, Maureen Callaghan says, having tantrums. You just ignore until they tire themselves out. The royals, she says, have played the long game brilliantly, putting the Sussexes in a no-win situation. Decline their invite and look mean, petty and vengeful, slighting the alien Queen on her historic Jubilee, accept and get the coldest of shoulders before an audience of billions. Get the message now, kids? How gratifying to see Harry and Meghan shuffled off to the cheap seats in the second row across the aisle from Charles and Camilla, William and Kate, none of whom cast a glance their way. How elegantly, writes Maureen Callaghan, the British royal family has slid in the knife. No official portraits with the Queen, no appearance on the balcony, no access to any royals of consequence in public. She says the message is as clear as Meghan's blood diamonds, you know, the ones the Duchess of Woke wore, a gift from the Saudi Crown Prince after the brutal murder of the journalist Jamal Khashoggi. She writes, Harry and Meghan are royals now in name only. Hey, they always said they just wanted to be regular people, right? Harry and Meghan weren't even in attendance at the buffet luncheon after Friday's service. Will and Kate were, though. Instead, those two slunk off to Frogmore Cottage, that dump they spent millions of taxpayer funds renovating before fleeing to Montecito. One can imagine Harry and Meghan frantically doom-scrolling through their media coverage while drowning their sorrows in kale juice and victimhood, plotting how they might commodify this latest injustice. After all, writes Maureen Callaghan, they'll need the money. Charles stopped paying the bills over a year ago. Spotify isn't happy. Neither's Netflix. George Clooney, Oprah, even Gail won't take their calls. Even worse, this Jubilee weekend was supposed to give Harry tons of material for his big tell-all memoir. All he's going home with is a sad view from the second row. Maureen Callaghan in the New York Post, I reckon, speaks for tens of millions of Brits and most people around the world. There must be some nervous corporate executives, though, who've signed a $100 million Netflix deal with these two, Spotify $75 million, a book deal with Penguin Random House for Harry's memoir. How old's the bloke? 37? $25 million. Better Up, a mental health outfit, $122,000 a year. And speaking engagements, what on earth would they say at $100,000 a throw? I make this point. What grasping, covetous individuals these two appear to be. All that on top of the reported £8 to £10 million his mother left Harry when she died, on top of a reported inheritance from his great-grandmother, the Queen Mother, estimated at about £25 million. So they bunked down in their 9-bedroom, 16-bathroom American home with round-the-clock security. They may as well enjoy the money. Many would argue legitimately that may be all they have. When people place money above family, they're embarking on a dangerous and damaging spiral.